time, right, is running out. Their time is running out. And all we have to do, like, yo, it's not even hard, yo. All we have to do is just study what Noble Drew Ali brought. Why? Just for the simple fact that we know about everybody else and don't know about him. So how about we just give him some attention? Just to see. Even if you want to take a 5 days or something. Take a 5 days and just study some of Noble Drew Ali and see what he brought. See what he brought for you that no one's ever told you about. Why? Why not tell you? Why go through all the trouble? Like, okay, for example, right? This is Noble Drew Ali. Article in the newspaper. Going all around the country. Right? Remember, get out of the mentality that Noble Drew Ali was some nobody because you never heard of him. He wasn't a nobody. People knew who he was. People were very well aware of the Moors and Noble Drew Ali and what was going on between 1913 and 1929. Internationally, they knew about the activity going on in the Americas. Right? The Moorish Science Temple of America. The Moorish Science Temple of America was founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Aside from the fact that it is a legally organized religious corporation, it is building on human needs. To this desirable end, in time legitimate means will be found to dispense charity and provide for the mutual assistance of its members in time of distress, to aid in the improvement of health, and to encourage the ownership of better homes, to find employment for our members, to teach those fundamental principles which are desired for our civilization, such as obedience to law, respect and loyalty to government, tolerance and unity. Humongous quotes, underline, bold letters, red letters, whatever, right? Lights with the arrows blinking and whatever, right? For this statement right here. It is most earnestly hoped that the Moorish Science Temple of America will not in any way be confused with any Back to Africa movement. Such is not important insofar as American citizenship of our group colonizing Africa are concerned. We of the Moorish Science Temple of America, like countless other American citizens, know that we must live together here in America in harmony, friendship, and goodwill, whatever your race and creed may be. It is only from a purely religious standpoint, it seems at this time, that we differ from a large number of our fellow Americans. We believe in and foster the Muslim religion. We believe in the principles of its teachings, insofar they can be adopted to American life. We feel that the Christian religion is all right for those who prefer it. In America, religious freedom is guaranteed all under the Constitution. We are interested in freeing ourselves and our children from the greatest plight, economic slavery. We believe this can be best done by encouraging, patronizing, and establishing our own business enterprises and cultivating our own acres of land. We welcome into our folds men and women of our group of all sections, all trades, occupations, and professions of sound mind and good character. We are friends and servants of humanity. We are dedicated to the purpose of elevating the moral, social, and economic status of our people. We have set about to do this through a wide and comprehensive program embodying the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Who's going to hear that and not get down with the Moorish movement? Who's going to hear that and not get down with what Noble Drew Ali set up? Right? Because remember, this is ancient. This is not something new that he just decided to do in 1913. He was attaching us to something that was going on, has been going on, and will continue to go on, whether we get involved with it or not. Like we've been talking about recently. We'll put down cards and we'll get taxes off. Right? It's a step. There's Moors out there who, you know, they send stuff to court and they don't even go. There's Moors who have cases that they send their writs to the court and the court doesn't reply and they default. And they don't go to court. And they don't have no warrants against them and nobody chasing them because they didn't come to court. But that is that situation. That has nothing to do with Canaanland. We could see that and, you know, acknowledge that, you know what I mean? Birthright actually works. But in Canaanland, you don't go to court, they got a warrant out for you. And they're coming for you, regardless of what you sent them. So we make sure we go to court. We make sure we go in there if we have an issue in there. We're not taking no chances with them just dismissing stuff. Because keep in mind, the slaves did their whole escape from slavery to come to Canaanland. Right? Left slavery, come to Canaanland, to be free in Canaanland. Right? That they did call Canaan. For all those people who, they didn't call it Canaan and all that. It's documented fact that this land up here above Morocco is called Canaan. Right? So when the Moors realize that it's our authority, it's not your authority to abuse, it's not your authority to do what you want with, it's your authority so you can start making a claim. Because we haven't ever made a claim. And if we have ever made a claim, it was in a status, which was dead. And Noble Drew Ali brought us the light of knowledge about our nationality and birthrights in order to get us to go back to the state of mind of our ancient foremothers and forefathers. Right? Why do we need nationality cards with pictures and all that stuff on them now? Because those Moors back there dropped the ball. They didn't have no pictures on no nationality cards back then. Why? Because they didn't need them. Because I am who I say I am. I am. In front of you right now. What do you need picture, something with picture or whatever for? Right? And then most times people, it's not something that people were trying to do. They were. Noble Drew Ali made us, our ancient foremothers and forefathers, in the flesh again. By giving us 101 questionnaire, Holy Quran, Moorish literature, Moorish guide, all these things to get certain things, get certain reference points in our mind to inspire us to go study. And then when you research and you study and you apply, you become what you know. Know thyself. Easily. So all these things that he's putting out there, all this information that Noble Drew Ali's putting out has been kept back from people, right? Their perspective of this is totally messed up. They have no idea what this is about. Like we were talking with some brothers the other day. And, you know, one brother deals with Reiki, right? Reiki practitioner, right? And because he studies Reiki, he recognizes that studying this information is going to raise your chakras. Based on what he's read so far, what he's heard so far about what we teach and what we're about. Being on this information is going to raise your energy to a certain level so that you can, and more is on this. Like this, instant. Why? Because it's something that is part of him. He was able to connect Noble Drew Ali to something that he was already involved in, that he was already part of. It's no different than everything else. That they try to make it separate when everybody knew who Noble Drew Ali was. Garvey knew who Noble Drew Ali was. They're going to show you a picture with Garvey and Noble Drew Ali, Deuce Muhammad Ali, and then, you know, pretend like they don't know who the Moors are. They're going to show you a picture of Elijah Poole Bay holding the flag at the convention or whatever like that, and people are going to pretend like they didn't know who he was, right? You're going to have, you know, Freedman's Bureau and, you know, Lincoln taking this position like he's trying to help the Moors, right? When he wasn't really helping the Moors, because the Moors' position was to make the proclamation. You've been emancipated, so what are you proclaiming? No, they didn't proclaim nothing. They wait for a European to do something for them. Just dropped that ball, lost that. Noble Drew Ali comes now, right? Noble Drew Ali comes now, and he sets up, bigger than the Freedmen's Bureau could ever be set up, an organization to do the exact same thing, give us back our land, right? Which is in your sealed Holy Quran, right? Give us back our nationality, give us back our creed, give us back all these things that we were supposed to get back at the Freedmen's Bureau, that, you know, they couldn't have that happen. And then here we are in 2014, and Noble Drew Ali's name is just coming up right now. Like I want people to really digest how many enemies are around us. And Noble Drew Ali's talking about Moors chasing around with him a knife, and the Moors are sitting there watching him, you know what I mean, get chased with a knife and whatever like that. It lets you know. But why though? Because of the importance of this individual. I'm not talking about some worship like Muhammad, Jesus, and whatever. Yo, he was just another brother. But what he had in his mind was not anything that anybody back then could comprehend. And people who could comprehend it undermined it. Because I don't know why somebody would undermine this. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's doing everything for our people, giving our people jobs, giving our people finances, giving our people, because, you know, when he made the statement, yeah, you know, have our people have better homes. That means their homes were good then. Nothing was wrong with their homes. They weren't living in no ghettos and whatever like that, hoods and all that. Like we were talking about. I heard somebody mention on Facebook the other day, like everybody talks about Tulsa, Oklahoma, when, you know, there was Black Wall Streets all over the place. There was our people in this land governing themselves, self-governing themselves on their own land for hundreds of years. Thousands of years. So why is it so hard to just get back on that? We have a place called a temple. right? There's many functions of that place. That's not just because it says Moorish Science Temple that that's all that it is. Like there's meant the temples, um, the position of the Moorish Science Temple of America is far and wide of how it could assist in society. There's not just one way that this was set up for the people. This was set up for the people because they didn't have anything else. There was no other options. That option came along. Yo, thousands of people were on this. And all of a sudden, 1930, like nothing with regard to Noble Drew Ali. It's just another, like he said, he already said it himself that, this should not be compared to no Back to Africa movement. So then why is everybody putting this in that category? That this is some little thing that he did. He really came to redeem us. And he's not only did he come to redeem us, but he redeemed us. But we don't want it. Prophet Drew Ali speaks to the nations. Keep in mind, there's a lot of Muslims, quote unquote Muslims, right? There's many Muslims in America that don't say Muhammad after Prophet, right? And you know what this Muslim told me? There's many prophets. So I can't attribute prophet to Muhammad only. Muslim who goes to the mosque, does salat and all that, told me that. So we used to build. And just recognize, how come you don't say Muhammad like all the rest of people who are Sunni Shiite or whatever? How come you don't say Prophet Muhammad every time you say prophet? How come you just say prophet? Well, because there's many prophets. I can't own Prophet Muhammad. Like Prophet Muhammad is Yahshua, is Isa, is Enoch, is all these other people as well. And then made me realize, that's why I can build with you. Because I could tell you that I have a prophet by the name of Noble Drew Ali, and you're not going to try to tell me that he's not no prophet. Then I show you the Quran, and then you see the Sultan in there, and then you realize that, damn, I'm missing out on something as a Muslim. But you're a black guy. How come you're, no, I'm more. And it's a whole different perspective. Right? So Drew Ali speaks to the nations. Bin spoke to the nations. Right? And I'm going to get to that question there about the nationality card in the UK after we read this. Because Prophet Drew Ali speaks to the nations, which includes the UK, England, Scotland, and wherever else Asiatics are, that could hear the message of Noble Drew Ali. If you have race pride and love your race, join the Moorish Science Temple of America and become a part of this divine movement. Then you will have power to redeem your race, because you will know who you are and your forefathers were. Because where there is unity, there is strength. Together we stand, divided we fall. Come, good people, because I, the prophet, sent to redeem this nation from mental slavery, which you have now, need every one of you who think that your condition can be better. Right? This is a field open to all strong men and women to uplift the nation and take your place in the affairs of men. If the Europeans and other nations are helping me, why not you? It is your problem. The Negro problem is being solved only as it can, and that is by the Moorish National Divine Movement. The Negro problem, remember this is 1913 to 1929, right? Just coming out of slavery as Negroes, right? Which were a burden on society, which is why they had Klan and all these people lynching them, because if all you want to do is be a slave, then property gets thrown out and stuff like that, right? So to fix that problem, which was being solved during the time of the prophet, because he's saying right here, the Negro problem is being solved only as it can. What's he saying? He's saying that it's all about status. Once you correct your status, you correct your legal, lawful, political, social, economic position with regard to the affairs of men. So when we talk about if you have a nation, you must have a free national name. Let's say that you must have a card, or you must have papers, or you must have this thing that you filed with, some organization out there that does filings for whatever. If you have a nation, you must have a free national name. In order to be recognized by this nation as an American citizen. This is what is meant when it said, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you," by the prophet. So we're going to say it again, because if you go on Canaanland Moors, you can go watch Negro Black Colored Psychic Attacks. If you've never seen that one, go watch that one, because stuff doesn't get through with our people, right? Stuff does not get through with our people. And it's not, talking down and all that stuff. Putting out there. Stuff doesn't get through. Stuff doesn't get through with our people, right? Because of all the baggage that we have. All the baggage that we've adopted from these enemies of the Moorish state, that you thought you were learning something when you weren't learning jack. They're filling up your mind with information that's creating shortcut and dead-end neural pathways in your mind, in your brain, right? And allowing you to not fully grasp things. And it's happened with all of us, right? Some of us have to get beat in the head more than some others, because we're hard-headed, stiff-necked people that only learn at the point of a sword, or only learn when we go through pain. We don't learn if we're not going through pain, right? So some of us are going to have to get some pain before we learn, right? And if you keep your mind away from the pain and keep your mind on the fact that you learned, then you could go to the next level, right? The nationality card, right? And again, right? Like we're saying, stuff doesn't get through with people because just yesterday we just put up the card, right? We just put up the class with Grand Sheik Nature El Bay and Taj Creek Bay yesterday, talking about why the question was asked, why do Moors come into the temple and only want cards but don't want nationality? And then the question got answered, right? So, no, you do not need a nationality card. You should not need a nationality card. But because this is a de facto occupied system of slavery where everybody needs a license for something, you better have something issued to you by a governmental body to prove that you're not part of their corporation. That's why you have a nationality card. It's not that you need it. It's that because we're under occupation, because we're in this compromised position, we have to have a proper mindset before we even get that card or those papers. Because if you don't have the mindset of, you know, hammer, nail, then you'll use the hammer to change light bulb, tear up the whole place. So it's about having the concept of nationality, understanding what nationality is, not because we say what it is, because that's what governs the whole entire world. Like that's what governs the whole entire world. Nationality. Go ask anybody what their nationality is out there. Anybody. Just stop in the street. Excuse me, what's your nationality? They're not going to tell you some color. Guaranteed. Right? That's like there's European girl at this school, right? And I asked her today, like, where are you from? Because you know she looks, you know, scattered, right? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm Turkish. Like, you're Turkish. She's like, yeah, I'm Turkish. So you know about the Ottoman Empire? She's like, yeah, I know about the Ottoman Empire. Right? You know about the Moorish Empire? Like, yeah, I know about the Moorish Empire. Like, how do you know about the Moorish Empire? Oh, well, they taught us that in school in Turkey. So now that's de facto. Turkey's like U.S. So if they're teaching them about Moorish history in Turkey school, right? Shouldn't we know if we're the Moors? Right? It's about knowledge. It can't be stressed enough. It's not about all these exterior things that we get. It's not about that stuff. Those things are only used as briefs. Those things are only used as examples to show where your mind state is. That's why we stop writing all rights reserved, UCC one, and we just stamp now. Because that shows a different mentality if you're stamping opposed to sitting there writing this thing all the time. You show a nationality card that's laminated, and you show a hard card with, you know, stuff and razzle dazzle. It's a whole different perspective. How many times I took that nationality card, right? That's laminated, and went and used it for whatever, just stuff. Well, Cujo's, oh yeah, well here's Cujo's ID. Well, this isn't good. That's what I got. Well, don't you have a passport? No. Do you have a license? No. You have a birth certificate? No. All right, just give me whatever. And that was just with some laminated thing. And no, we have hard cards now. You stop, you get the clerk. The clerk's, I've never seen this before. Hey, how do you guys get this or whatever? And, you know, line up to wherever. And they're sitting there really, because, you know, what we do, right? We try to go to the Asiatic clerks when we show our stuff. right? And when you go to Asiatic clerks, they have that thing in their brain, that glitch, right? Because you look like them, but you're not. Something's different. You know what I mean? Why are you saying you're native? Why are you saying that you're American? This is Canada. Where's Canada? Canada's in America, isn't it? Yeah, but no, but Canada's in America. So, like, what's the problem? We're American. Okay, all right. Okay, I could go with that. I see United States flags around here and all that. Just the mentality of our people. You know, but it's about knowing. It's really about knowing, right? And trust me, just go on the just go on the chat. All these people who are in the chat right here are people who they're active. That's not just, some of those people on the chat aren't people who, are just coming to learn something, so they log on and, they accident and, they're silent because they're just listening to the class, right? There's some people on there are adepts. They've been exercising. They've been going to court dealing with situations or whatever, right? Yeah, you got some positive, you got some negative, but that doesn't mean you throw everything away because you see something on the news about Moors, and speaking in a negative light, you know. How come they don't put Taj on the news, you know? I want to big up to Brother Sabir Bey because the show was, LA is getting it right now with the Sabir Bey show. He's beating them up out there, right? Doing the work that has to be done. Get the word out to the people about their prophet because they should know about him. And them knowing about him will definitely better their situation. But that's up to them because this is divine and national, right? And all the enemies of the state, right? All the enemies of the Moorish nation who take the position of, just like how somebody asked the question, well, do I need a nationality card to be a Moor? Yeah. Yeah, if you go on this website, there's a paper, you just download the paper, and then when you download the paper, just send a check with $250 in there, and then we'll send you your stuff and we'll free you because yeah, you need a card to be a Moor. When I read the 101 questionnaire, right? 101 questionnaire. Question 14. Why are we Moorish Americans? Because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America, right? Well, what about us? We're in the UK. What you're going to do, you're going to go get a book called Nature Knows No Color Line by J.A. Rogers. All the people who are in the UK, right? All the people who are in England, Scotland, Switzerland, Germany, France, that say, well, I'm Asiatic and I'm Moor, but how does Noble Drew Ali tie to me and me over here? Go get Nature Knows No Color Line, right? And you'll be able to see in this book, you'll be able to see that even in so-called Europe, right, even in the UK, all these family crests right here with dark-skinned people on them are European names, right? All of them, right? All of them, okay? European names on all these crests. And this is very few, right? Very few. And if they got European crests, right? They got all these European crests, family crests, right? All these family crests right here in Europe with Moors on them, right? All these family crests. J.A. Rogers, nature knows no color line. Nobody can tell you that you're not Moor and Europe's not yours when you got all this evidence right here. All these family crests that are up there today still, right? All these family crests for all the family, all the Asiatics that maybe never heard of, J.A. Rogers. Nature knows no color line, right? I'm just showing you how much Europeans know about your history that you don't know. Now you're talking about I need a nationality card to prove that I'm a Moor in the UK. When you got all this right here. European names with you on them. Family crests that they still have today. You go to some European's house in the UK and I bet you they got their golden whatever family crest at the door. Right? All these crests. Ain't no Europeans on none of these crests. Only Moors on all these crests right here. All these crests, only Moors on them? In Europe? And we're playing like we don't no, the Moors are Turks and the Moors are that's agent talk. This is how obvious we are in the world. This is how obvious we are. And then again, if you go back, go through the Canaanland site or the Canaanland YouTube, right? And go to all those old classes when it used to be picture classes. And all we did was show pictures, all class, about the history of the Moors, and Moors this and Moors that, and Moors everywhere, and fezzes on this, and fezzes on dogs, and cartoons, and video games with, video games with a robot holding a sister, just like this picture right here, right? Go back, watch some of those stuff. Because there's 500 videos out there. So nobody can say that ain't nothing out there with regard to the Moors and whatever else, right? So you don't need the card, but the card, the nationality card itself, right? The nationality card itself is to show in a occupied, licensable, etc. society, right? The nationality card is to show that you have allegiance to a nation, not a corporate construct, right? But like I said, with the knowledge, most of the times you're not even going to go in your pocket and pull out a nationality card because you have the knowledge of it and you can speak about nationhood. You have the four parents mindset. So once you have the four parents mindset, as soon as you get something in the mail and it's in all capital letters, stuff's going off already. You know what I mean? You might even, if you've been studying for a while and you get something and it's in all caps, you might even get a little excited because it's real. You recognize something, you realize something, right? But to realize that, hey, there's gold in the backyard, but not mine it, it doesn't make any sense. You might as well have not known about it. But don't get mad when people are jumping over your fence and mining your backyard out. It's not racism and all of that. It's because we didn't make a claim. Abandonment, which is a law term. You go look that up online. Abandonment, law dictionary, or if you have a law dictionary, look up abandonment. And that's the position that Noble Drew Ali took us out of, right? He even made the claim for us. We don't even have to claim anything. He made the claim. That's why he said, just put him up front. Put him up front, you have no problems. But nah, you don't want to put Noble Drew Ali up front. They want to be up front. They want to be the ones that, save the nations because I used this card right here, and this card is the one that was able to get me off my charges. This paper is the paper. Forget about all those other papers, because if you have this paper is this. Crazy people talk like that. This is birthright. Like, literally, this is birthright. And it is not something that you can't internalize. Don't externalize this. It can't be perceived in its proper context, externalized. Just like religion can't be perceived in its proper context, externalized or exoteric. Only when you look at the Bible, Quran, etc., esoteric, are you really going to realize what's going on and what the whole story is about. Right? Which reminds me, March 20th, big up to brother Mizraim L and Kujo L. We're going to be starting up our Sons of Allah blog talk show, right? Every first and third Thursday, 9 p.m. So I just wanted to get that out there before I forgot, right? So just a couple more, we got a minute, probably some seconds, right? So we're gonna read this one again. Accept. You don't have to call him prophet. You don't have to call. Just accept what he brought you, right? Digest it. Take it in, because it's real serious, right? Like, for who doesn't know, there's Moors who use their nationality card to go on a plane. They don't need no passport. Like, Moors who I've been in contact with, right? On a plane with a nationality card, not a passport, right? Just to inspire you to recognize that it's about up here. Once you have it here, anything down here you can do. Anything. Not pay taxes, not pay rent, claim that house right there, claim that building. It's all about having it here, right? Kavit Mtor. Moors are men and women, upright, independent, and fearless, who care for their loved ones and follow the Prophet to a destiny which is not uncertain or unknown. They are fortified by the impregnable doctrine built upon love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That is, therefore, it is, therefore, folly at its greatest height for smelly culprits, enemies of the Moorish state, with their insidious plans to invade such a realm. They try and try, but their own bad planning brings down wrath upon their heads like the sword old Damocles had. Intrigue and scurrilous cunning find a difficult path to travel within the ranks of the Moors. So all the swindlers and opportunist Moors or whatever, all you got to do is stop supporting them, and they'll be done tomorrow. This is so because the Moorish movement has been well planned by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, whose latent powers are abundant, unknown, and may be called into action as a matter of self-defense at any moment. Right? So you're going to go back, watch the Denham L lecture that we did. There's two, Divine Creed and another one. Can't remember the name right now. Go watch those, and then go get some rituals, some Noble Drew Ali rituals that you could do. You don't need to be. Prophet is latent powers are abundant and unknown, and may be called upon into action as a matter of defense at any moment. At any moment, you can use the latent powers of Noble Drew Ali that are abundant and unknown, And you can call them into action in a matter of defense. And guaranteed, trust me, it works. Prophet Noble Drew Ali knows the people within his ranks who are interested. Right? So that's like what we talk about, right? Don't matter who's in and out and who's coming and going and whatever. Noble Drew Ali already knows who's down and who's not down. So I don't prove nothing to me or any of the other members or any of the other bodies of anything. Because Noble Drew Ali already knows. So don't even worry about that. You just keep on the studying. They are the vanguard of the Moorish movement as the Moorish hordes increase here in America. All of the Moors are active, not passive. All of the Moors are active, not passive. A member's interest can only be in one direction, and having traveled over the road years before, the Prophet knows where every member is along the road. A few feet below is another road where schemers work, where traitors grin, and culprits bask in the sun. They think they are on the same road with true Moors, but the Moors are high above on a pinnacle where they might view the destructionists as they fall for the last time and their bones bleach in the sultry midday sun. Hungry scavengers flying high, catch scent, devour, and leave out, kavit emptor, cast out the dead carcass. The Moors high above see these plotters, purveyors, the worst that exists, hurl themselves downward by their own works as the hawks wait. Noble Drew Ali did what he was supposed to do. Right? He did what he was supposed to do. So now it's for us to take what the noble prophet brought to us, unified under one mind, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, uplifting fallen humanity, going back to the state of mind, our ancient foremothers and forefathers. All Moors are active, not passive. There's a repetitive theme in Noble Drew Ali's teachings, right? And let's get some work done, which we're already getting done because, we're getting calls from Barbados and UK, right? We got people on, on the chat in the UK right now. We know that something's up, Moors. That should inspire you to take this like the minister's papers say. Take this to the hedges and the highways, because many of our own didn't do their job, and now we got to work quadruple times 50 million overtime to get this word out. But trust me, people are waking up because UK is on board, right? So all the people who got, questions and all that stuff, get all your questions ready, because me and Ms. Raheem, we're going to be dealing with that level of show. Q&A show. So big up to brother Ms. Raheem. Don't forget, rvbaypublications.com. Go check the site out. Go learn something. Study, study, study. I tell people, go on that site. Stay there. Don't move. Stay there. If you really want to know what this is about, trust me. Go on RV Bay Publications. Stay there. Stay there for a little while. Don't move. Because I've been on that site 6 years strong, and I ain't moved from that site. And I don't move from that site, and I don't go to any site that isn't affiliated with that site. Because it's a level of knowledge that we have to get to. Right? And Drew Ali said the level that we got to get to is where our ancient foremothers and forefathers were. So, Islam to all the Moors. We got 16 Moors, viewers in the chat. So that's 7. So you already know, where we're at, right? Don't forget as well, Blog Talk Radio, Eyes Wide Open at 9:30. So go get your little washroom break. Don't forget, it's school. So, go sharpen your pencil or whatever. Go get that new pen, because I know you guys are writing. You ran out of ink and all that. Get some new paper. something to eat, put the kettle on, get some tea, and get ready for Blog Talk, Eyes Wide Open, at 9:30. So once again, Moors, Islam to all the Moors online, Islam to all the Moors worldwide. We love you, Moors. Continue to keep the Prophet up front, right? And let's do this. We got this. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, noble Drew Ali. Islam, peace, Hotep, and I'm going to check y'all in a half hour. Islam, Moors.